Okay, sweet. Hi, everyone. That's a little
Don't
awkward.
mind us as
But
we start botching everything and ruining it all.
we're a little behind. We're a little behind today, but that's all right.
Yes.
So, anyways, today's going to be a bit lighter or a bit heavier, depending on how you think of our usual videos. We actually have two topics today. If you haven't read well, you probably read the title, so I'm going to assume you are assuming we have two topics. But to be specific, we've got Genshin Impact and we got Destiny. I thought we'd do two topics this week because one of them just isn't really big enough to cover for an entire video, and I mean, we take a long time with these videos when it comes to actually like the end product. So
Yes. We take
I figured, in the
so
sake of you
much
guys, you want at
time.
least longer stuff. I mean, hey, we take at least what 20, 30 minutes to do these videos, something like that.
About.
So the end product's not short, so we want to give people bang for their buck here.
Yes. So much
Regardless,
bang.
hey, it's a low bang. It's a
It's a
a Kmart.
consistent bang.
It's a consistent bang. Yes, we're doing this consistently.
Yes.
But anyways, so let's start with Destiny first. Let's get the smaller stuff out of the way.
Well,
We
not
might
really
flip flop.
smaller. It's
Equal
still,
size.
yeah, it's
Equal
still
size.
like a big event that kind of requires the whole community to actually be doing something.
Indeed. In fact, the first level of the event's already finished. But
Oh, really?
regardless,
Yeah, let me
yes,
take a
it
look
is.
at this.
I'll explain in a bit, though. So, see this chest that Justin is so clearly demonstrating? This is a depository. So, for those who've been keeping track with the seasonal activities, recently we've been going around and basically pirating around the system and collecting cash. All with the assumption that this will go towards basically developing the Elixir Quarter, who have been integral in helping us with this whole business this season.
Yes.
They're finally actually fulfilling that promise, and they're like, hey, Spider's got a plan. So, hey, all of you go throughout the system and collect captain's coins.
Oh,
Come to this chest and deposit them.
you can actually donate other stuff as well. You can donate like some worldly material and stuff.
Yes, that'll unlock with the tiers. I think the first tier only doesn't unlock that yet. Hold on, let me check.
Well,
I
there's
obviously
a
can't scroll
couple
so far.
unlocked. I think there's only two things left.
Holy mother!
Yeah, people have been busy.
People have just been
So
healed.
obviously we're only like day 2 into the event, and
Day 2 and
it's
everyone's got
already
it in
almost
so
done.
far. Let's see. What have people unlocked so far? So they've cleaned up the Elixir Quarter. They've gotten the ether tank. So the ether improves the ether tank. I wonder what that'll look like. Secures imports for the Elixir Quarter. Not sure what that'll manifest as. Lets Elixir enroll in tower security. So another one is recruits. So that'll be interesting to
So,
see.
real quick with that one, it'll likely mean instead of the Elixir hanging out around where the Drifter and Ada is, they'll probably be hanging out in the rest of the area in the courtyard where we are right now.
Possibly as like in official uniform and stuff like that. Wonder what that uniform will even look like. Also, side note before we continue, there's this glitch with the donations chest. You might be experiencing it too, Justin, where it's like if you're there for a little bit, it'll actually unclick on the thing and it'll actually show on the screen behind you as approached, like you haven't interacted with it yet. You're still in the menu, but for some reason the actual like menu like design of just seeing the chest glitches out and it just kind of shows you standing there like you would if you're just kind of standing in front of it.
No,
I've been having that a lot. I don't know
I
why.
guess you have, but I haven't. I'm fine.
That's weird. I had that on my
That
PlayStation last
sounds
night
like
and
a
here as well.
you problem.
You think so, but it's but not just been on my PlayStation, but also here on my laptop as well. So I think it actually is a glitch for the system.
Hmm.
So there is that to consider. Anyways, moving on. The next thing people have unlocked is the housing. So we've apparently unlocked additional housing in the Elixir Quarter. So
You know, they're
congratulations,
not
we finally
living in like a part
a
of like a
box.
collapsed building.
They're not living in like a
They don't
fucking
have to worry about rubble falling on their heads or in a decayed, rusted up bus.
They they're not living in like a cardboard box. So congratulations, they're finally living in I think semi decent conditions.
Hopefully,
And
we'll have to go take a look after this.
we've also unlocked the community garden. So the Elixir now have a community garden. Congratulations, guys.
Well, where's the community garden?
All of this is in the Elixir Quarter,
Oh,
outside of the
here,
recruits, which
wait,
I
no,
think
let
we'll
me
get to
reload it
that.
real quick. No, we haven't unlocked the community garden yet.
Oh, that shows it's unlocked for me.
Oh, no, it's locked on my side. And I
That's
don't
weird.
think we have enough donated globally yet, so.
It hasn't donated for the town square yet. That one's still out. That one's 400 million
Yeah.
that we haven't reached yet, apparently. The town square we haven't gotten yet, which I'm curious to see how that'll work. But
You
yeah,
know
so
what? I
this will
just
also
thought
unlock
about it for a second. At the beginning of the
what?
season, there was a wall around the ether tank. Why do I feel like that wall has been removed now?
Focus. Regardless.
I'm just saying, during Season of the
Anyway,
Splicer, it was a pretty big area.
yeah. It's a big area and it got smaller. Maybe it'll get bigger. Anyways,
Yeah.
for the sake of time constraints, let me continue.
Yes.
So each of these will actually have benefits to you personally as we unlock them as a community, not just visual improvements for the Elixir. The first one, which is cleanup, which we unlock fairly early. I think that was already unlocked yesterday, which is allowing you to donate plunder map fragments. So that's now possible. The second one, the ether tank, will allow you to donate plunder treasure coordinates. So if you have too many of those, you can also donate them in exchange of captain's coins. The third one will allow you to donate destination materials. That might rotate daily as to the ones you can donate, but we'll see. Fun fact as to that side note, I should probably mention there's a reason why you probably should start donating in bulk or just getting rid of your materials in bulk. Come next season, they're all going to be worthless. They're getting rid of the system, and they're like basically going the way of the Witch Queen, where all the materials that we get, they won't be gone from the planets. They'll still be there, but they'll be used to gain other things. So they won't be used as a
Yeah,
currency
it'll
anymore.
probably give you like more glimmer and stuff. Like when you're going around picking up materials, how you get some glimmer, you'd probably get extra now or something like that.
Yeah, or you might get, extra legendary shards. We don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, they're going to go the way of the dodo. So if you see a chance to donate and you've got an excess of the material for the week, I would say just throw it in the Elixir's chest.
And I will offer up a suggestion for anyone in a moment on how to get rid of your worldly materials, but I'll get to that in a second.
Indeed. The next one, which we've unlocked, which is the recruits, which I'm really interested to see. This will unlock the ability to purchase Elixir Quarter gift boxes from the donations chest. So that actually is up there, if you can see on the top left.
Yep.
That you get 1,000 captain's coins, and the recruits unlocked.
So
Which
yeah, I
we have
think how it works is we needed to unlock it globally, and now you need to unlock it personally.
Yes, that is possible as well. Yes, it does, because that's also on the donation tree for personal. We'll get to that one in a second, though. The next one that we have is the housing. We've already talked about how that'll manifest, but this will also give you, personally, the chance to get Elixir Quarter gift boxes upon completing a strike. So just any strike and you'll get a gift box. Here's a happy gift box.
Yes.
And then the next one we've unlocked, is the community garden, which we've already talked about. But this one will give you the chance for the Elixir Quarter gift box to drop upon completing a gambit activity. So I imagine the last one will be, yes, it'll be a crucible activity next. So if we get the town square, that'll also manifest in the crucible as well. So we've got strikes, gambit, and if we get the town square, we'll also get a chance to get one in the crucible as well. So there you go.
All right.
Now
I will quickly go over something about this. Right away, the first treasure that you donate, you unlock an emblem, which is something that Nick has equipped right now. This emblem actually goes and gives you bonus the amount of coins you collect in Strikes, Crucible, and Gambit, which is something I will ask. At the very beginning when this event started, it was bugged and you couldn't get any from Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit. So do you know if it is working again or not?
I actually haven't gone through Crucible, Strikes, or Gambit to get any coins yet, so I would not know.
So we will test that for you all live soon. But note that this will give you bonus on top of the amount that you should be getting. But at the very moment, we do not know if it is still bugged or not. On top of that, the other methods that can go and give you coins are, in order, once again, Strikes, Crucible, and Gambit. In Legends, you can go to the King's Fall raid for anyone who's interested in raiding, and the final boss, Orcs, as well as the Sisters, will give you coins each. I believe, what was it? One of the dungeons, I think. Not too sure. I know Dares will give you coins, and obviously the seasonal activities, both Expedition and Catch Crash, will give you coins as well. So some methods will give you more coins than others. Generally, most people believe you're better off doing one of the core playlists. And then if you have a good raid team, maybe do the raid, but for the most part, your best bet is the core playlist.
In general. Most people are probably going to do the easier activities to get this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of easier activities, I probably should mention this. This isn't the first time there's been a community event in Destiny. This is actually the second one to my knowledge, at least in Destiny 2. The first one was way back with Osiris in season of the... hold on. Season of the... Legends. Onto that tab. Season of the Dawn, that was it. Where we had to help Osiris kind of deal with his time problems.
And
And that
get
was a
sane.
global resonance thing. Yeah, and get sane.
Yes.
Still, for some reason, after getting him, I don't once in a while get the veteran dialogue for that. It kind of pisses me off, but whatever. Especially considering I was up at 3 in the morning doing that, but whatever.
What can you do?
Anyways, last time, if you completed the event, or at least participated in the final goal for the new community event, you got a specific shader that came with it that you can actually still see if you go to the old tabs. What's it called? Legacy tabs, and go to Talon Seal. You can still kind of see it, the reward, even though you can't claim it if you haven't claimed it.
Yeah.
And there's also a thing that you could have gotten for Global Resonance, which if you increase the rank of any of the obelisks, you get a legendary ghost shell. So there are incentives for doing that. And just like that time, there is this time. This time, there is no shader, but there is, like Justin touched on earlier, donate at least 1 coin, you get an emblem.
Yes.
And if you donate at least 2,400 coins, personally, you get the Swashbuckler shell, which is an exotic shell which has lore. And I am not missing a chance to get another shell, especially if it's exotic and has lore. So
well,
I'm gonna
keep
be
in
doing a lot
mind,
of coinage
we
lately.
are only the second day in the 2-week event, so you do have time, ladies and gentlemen.
you have time.
Now is your
You
chance.
have time.
If you want
Now's
to
your
get
chance to get
things, get them now.
And by the by, FYI, if you complete just Catch Crash and Expedition missions, which is another way you can get coins, just basically, you get 50 per, just base. So
yeah, I forget what all the numbers were, but I think the King's Fall raid getting Oryx gave you 100, the Sisters gave you 85, Dares gave you 35, I believe, and then the core playlist activities, I, again, don't know because they were bugged.
Probably 50, maybe like more than that if you have the thing equipped. But anyways.
Yeah.
So anyways, there is time to get involved, and I would, like I said, that Ghost Shell it's decent, but it has lore, and I haven't read it yet.
Now, I will quickly go over something that you players, ladies and gentlemen, can do with your worldly materials, something that I have been doing. Now, keep in mind, I'm looking at my inventory right now, and you might notice that I have a few collectibles.
Yes,
Just a few. Yes. One of them being ghost fragments from the shore.
Translated, he's a pack rat.
Yes. It will make a fine addition to my collection. Now, if you have an excess amount of worldly materials that you want to get rid of, and perhaps you want legendary shards or just straight up glimmer, you can go over to Rahul over here, and you can go and dump them off. Every single day, there will be 2 different means of purchasing glimmer. They tend to be both worldly materials, but today it's legendary shards and Star Wart. So, if you have an excess amount of Star Wart, you can go and get 1,000 glimmer. And if you want to go and turn that glimmer into legendary shards, you can actually quickly go over to your collections. And if you go over to your flare, down to transmat effects, over to the 1st or 2nd season, and go and grab one of these blues, if you get 3 of the exact same one, you can go over on the tower, over to Amanda Holiday. Oh. Over.
How much did I?
Here, right over to Amanda.
Holy mother!
And you can go and dump off 3 transmat effects for 1 legendary transmat effect. So, right over here, this is my inventory right now. I've obviously got a whole bunch of this one. I can dump it off over at Amanda, and then you get a whole slew of just random transmat effects that you can dismantle and turn into legendary shards. Not the best method, but it is a good method while you're waiting in a lobby and you're just sitting around waiting for the activity to start.
So while he basically told you how to fleece your money, allow me to give you something quite interesting.
Yes.
So, interesting point. It's weird what I just did. Oh, there it is. It works now. So, on the other queue, right? I think I figured out why people are getting so much in the way of community gardens and stuff like that so quickly. They're not just bulk running events. See, the donate button that I mentioned previously for donating worldly materials, such as helmet fragments and stuff like that. Well, fun fact, if you click it, it donates all of the material you have in bulk.
Oh, I see.
So I just got 4,268 personal donated treasures.
So I could go and get rid of my my Dreaming City materials right now for 437. So I will
Yes,
do
you
that.
could.
No, I'm just
And
gonna
you
do
will
that and get rid of
boost
it.
your treasure score, and I just maxed out my entire reward tier.
Which
So
actually reminds me, makes me realize you'd probably do the exact same thing for
elixir
map
capacity,
fragments
there we go.
and coordinates. So keep that in mind if you want to be using those.
Now I will put this shell on.
But yeah, keep in mind, all right? Don't just do that for your map fragments or coordinates if you plan to actually be doing catch crash and expedition, all right? Because you are gonna need those if you want to go and get extra loot. So don't donate them
Yeah.
unless it's like the very
I would,
last bit of the season.
yeah, I would kind of go with his idea. Just kind of keep them on hand to like near the end, and
Yeah,
then you can
yeah.
bulk. Or if you
Get
don't
get
want to do it
get.
anymore and just cash out at D2, just
Yeah, no. If you're not interested in doing them anymore, then you can cash them out and then just keep cashing them every time you get them. But if you are planning on doing them, then save it until like the last few days, and then that way you benefit a little more out of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Checking.
All right. So yeah, that is pretty much everything tower-wise, I believe. Again, if you want to go and get rid of your worldly materials, you've got both the chest here, or Rahul, who again daily will give you glimmer for your worldly materials. And once again, if you want legendary shards out of it, you can go and turn it into rare transmat effects, and then turn that into legendary through Amanda. So nice and something that I've learned and I tend to do while I'm sitting and waiting in a lobby. Especially
Ladies and gentlemen, money
Crucible.
laundering.
Yes. Silence.
But exactly. But
It's meant to be hunter tactics.
anyways, so for the first time in years, I actually have no Bayou Bro. That's it. Bayou Barrow, I think it's called. Whatever. I have none of that material or moon materials, which it's interesting.
Yeah, no, for me, I'm keeping a few materials on me just in case if I need to craft something. But for the most part, I've gotten rid of the majority of it.
So now that we have all of that done, I'm actually going to go into my triumph section. I think you should do this too, Justin, and actually just collect all of the things you get for marking the spot, as well as a community event.
Is it under the scallywag, or what's it under?
It's under this. It's under just the normal top tier with the triumphs, just season of the plunder. The quests, if you got all the expedition bonus maps, just collect that. I did that, but also Elixir Ambassador if you have the entire thing now maxed out as I do.
Yes.
Though community contributor. Oh, fun fact: if you're going to just contribute through the community, remember the planetary materials is more of a bonus thing. So if you want to actually contribute, like actually, you're gonna have to collect some captain's coins. So. And also remember, just because you get your max seal donated doesn't mean this. We've still got one more thing to unlock, at least as of the moment of recording. Probably by like tomorrow, or that won't be the case anymore. But if you still want to, keep donating captain's coins and stuff like that,
Yeah.
there is still a purpose to it.
Yep. No, I would say do it because you'd probably get more benefits. I'd be willing to bet the personal treasure goes and rotates through every single time. Maybe like once when you get the ghost shell, it'll be something like when you go over to Zavala or Shaxx, you go and reset it.
I don't think there is a reset on this one. I think it's just one.
Oh, all right. Well,
Regardless,
either
let's go over to
way.
the Elixir Quarter and start demonstrating some things, shall we?
Yeah. So let's go and take a look what is different because we were over there earlier in the season and now we're gonna take a look at it now.
Anyways,
See what is different.
While he's doing that, let me go over some Genshin Impact stuff real quick. We'll probably touch on it more as later on, but just quickly, Genshin Impact has finally gotten to the 3.0 phase, and we finally got another region to explore. So at this point, we've got Mondstadt, Leeway. Oh my god, what's that other one? Starts with an I. I can't remember the name of it. I haven't unlocked that region yet, so I haven't gone there yet. And now, I was gonna say Saramouche, but that's the villain we're fighting this expansion. Sumeru, that's it. There you go. Which is basically just ancient Egypt, Genshin Impact style. I'm not gonna mention as much of this because, truth be told, I myself am fairly behind when it comes to it. But anyways,
Let's take a
we
look.
shall see. Ah, come over here, they say. Okay, I shall come over here. Examine area.
Oh, actually, I think that.
Hush, more. Yeah, the trash around the area has been cleaned up, and they got something better. Now to the ether tank.
I mean, I can see a few things have been added. Like this shed here has been added. That's different. These little farm plots have actually been added upon.
Yeah, they're actually growing stuff now.
Well, no, they were growing before, but they
Well,
didn't have like a full-on proper like box, and they didn't have these
you
tanks.
get what I mean? You get
Yeah. Like there's
Don't be that person.
a few differences here and there, but it's not as big of a difference as I thought it would have been.
There is actually quite a bit when it comes to like like a good chunk of the trash has been cleared. Like,
Well, obviously, I expect that should be done, but
and of course, Spider now has his guards out front here too, so things have improved in here.
yeah, here's another one back here.
Oh, and he's got his orb in here too.
His orb.
I'm gonna do some lore. So shh.
Any news from my salvage team? I want that loot.
Leave it to you to immediately jump on the table and wreck it.
How is it wrecked?
All the things are knocked over.
No, I don't. I can't. Oh, okay, that's one thing that I can move. Let's see what else can I move.
I'm gonna be over here listening to lore. In fact, there's actually been there's stuff back here too. Huh, looks like he's got some paintings that he's been moving.
Any news from my
Okay, a few things move, but not much.
want that loot.
Also, real quick note: Spider went and hummed the season song.
Of course.
Well, look who it is. I think.
So all his human trinkets were taken. I see.
Yes. Don't mind the tractor. All right. So that's that then for the most part. You're getting lore stuff that I am not getting yet, so I guess I gotta go and do some donations and then I might get it. But yeah, no, this is pretty much the Elixir quarter for the most part. You good on your end?
I'm still collecting a few things.
Okay, well keep in mind we are streaming.
I know. I'll probably save this. The next one I'll save for after. I think, is there? Yeah, no, there is one more, but I'll save it for after. But anyways. Yeah, there's supposedly some elixir around here undergoing security training. I don't see them. I see some bouncers here and there, but whatever.
I mean, for the most part, the ether tanks changed a lot. Like, there's more people in Elixir in here. There's a servitor sitting around. Like,
Funny enough, if you actually come back here, you actually see what apparently was Spider's personal collection. If you read the lore, you know what I mean. He has basically amassed a metric ton of like human relics, like the Mona Lisa and stuff like that, and they're all back here.
Oh. Well, that's not the Mona Lisa, but
Obviously, obviously, but it's kind of there to emphasize the point.
yes.
I think he actually does lore confirmed have Starry Night somewhere in his collection, but regardless, but yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right.
So things have changed a bit around here.
So that's that then.
Yeah, that's that then. I'll save the rest for later. But regardless, back to what I was saying about Genshin Impact. Like I said, it's Super is basically just ancient Egypt, Genshin Impact style, which is quite interesting. I have not unlocked that area either. I'm still in Liwa, for those who are wondering. I've been dragging behind. I don't play the game as much, but I have been getting into it more. Been actually trying to up my adventurer rank. I'm at least, I think, 26, 27 now. No,
Yeah.
27 now.
There you go.
So I'm almost finished the Leeway quest, and I'll get the next area soon. But yeah, And of course, we actually have a final boss, another big boss fight coming with this recent update for 3.3 now that we're on. Saramush's boss fight will be up, which I think is something. It's basically a giant mech, which is interesting. Didn't see that coming. Though, I mean, Sumeru is apparently a land of knowledge and technology, so I guess a giant mech, I guess, makes sense in a weird way. And of usual, there's a ton more characters added. I'm just a bit peeved that apparently there was an event to get Dory recently. I believe that was her name as a character. Who's like the merchant one. And unfortunately, by the time I heard about that event, not only was I also under the adventure rank required to actually participate, but it was after the fact when I heard of that whole thing. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed because I was actually interested in getting that character. So
What can you do?
who knows? Maybe
Everyone
it's not
has an X on them now. Like everyone is using X.
Everyone's like, we must donate.
We are
we must
X
donate.
marks the spot.
We are X-Men.
X Guardian assemble.
X-Guardians assemble. Guardians assemble. That's gotta be a thing now.
Yeah.
Someone tells of all. There's gotta be a thing now.
For a moment, I thought one of us died.
You can call me Elsie.
No, it's just some random open world guy. Good luck.
Okay, Elizabeth it is. But I prefer ghosts.
Let's see, because I know you get at least 50 from doing Catch, Crash, and Expedition. I don't know how much you get from doing the
Primary.
strike thing. Yeah, the primary
And
stuff.
also keep in mind we have the thing, the emblem equipped, so we're gonna get bonus from it.
Right. So I'm gonna have to take that.
But let's be honest here, for the most part, anyone who is actually going to be doing this is likely going to have the emblem equipped in the first place.
Well,
because
so-
the bonus.
I'm not used to this pulse rifle I got last night with you. For those who are wondering, we actually, a few days ago, we did duality, and that went
Yes.
well. We finished it. We didn't get the sword, but...
We were learning the hard way the second and last boss fight, so.
Yeah, no.
But at least we.
I experienced battle
understand
harmony,
it.
though, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand it. Neither of us got the exotic sword out of it, though, so whatever. Despite the fact we all got the lore tabs from it, so we got the true ending of the dungeon, but that did not help. But yeah, while we're fighting through this, I suppose I'll go more over my Genshin Impact stuff, so we can... Because I was a bit brief on it. But yeah, so we're going to be fighting Saramush, which again seems to have this grand play for godhood going, or archonhood, I suppose, in this case. It's weird. And his plan to become a god is build a giant mech. Well, he's a shorter guy as is, so I guess a giant mech is his way of overcompensating for that. But yeah, it's a massive boss fight. Will we lose another Archon Gnosis? I think so. Actually, I think I've seen a cutscene where we lose the Tendro Gnosis as well, even though I haven't played it, because that's how YouTube works. It spoils everything for you plot point wise. At this point, we're gonna lose all the Gnosises, and that's gonna be interesting. I'm still curious as to why exactly the Sarita wants all the Gnosises, considering she herself is an Archon, so she has her own Gnosis. Why the hell she wants all the others, I don't know.
Could not explain.
The
it
running
with a
theory. The running theory is that like her harbingers, who are basically her elite troop that we've been fighting, which again Saramush was a part of, he apparently, for those who don't know, broke ranks and took the Electro-Gnosis with him from the third region when he actually stole it. So he's kind of a traitor to both sides now. So unlike the last time we killed a harbinger, I don't think we'll be getting any reprimanding for this one, though. In fairness, we haven't gotten any reprimanding for the last one either, which is a whole other question as to why that's not happened yet. So many questions involving around the villains of Genshin Impact. But regardless, that'll be interesting. I've heard the fourth region is already being teased. I don't remember what its name is. It looks to have, like, since every region in Genshin Impact has its own, like, cultural theme to it, like, again, Mondstadt has the European castle theme going into it, medieval Europe. Liyue has the kind of, like, ancient China look to it. Inazuma, that was the third region's name, has the kind of feudal Japan look to it, and its characters are modeled after it as such. I think the fourth one is modeled after, that we're about to unlock, something like Industrial Age Europe, like top hats and stuff like that, so that'll be interesting to see.
I did everything I could to help. It still wasn't enough.
But we will
There's
see.
no use in quantifying the help you give. Any amount
Yeah.
is enough.
There you go.
Like I said, I'm straggling behind on my areas, so I'm still like 2 areas behind, so whatever.
Oh, you're getting there.
I'm getting there. It always has to do with the adventurers rank. It basically gates you out of the stuff until you get your adventurers rank up. Which I suppose is fair in a way. It's like it's one of those things where there is no level in Genshin Impact, strictly speaking. I mean, there is, but not in the way that's traditional. Like, it's not like power level like you're in Destiny. Everything is more based around the player than it is based. We're both locked out. That's interesting. I thought you'd at least get it.
No, almost.
Almost. It's not based around like everything being more powerful than the player, like most games in Destiny as well. It's more based around like the world is based around the player. So for those who don't know, in Genshin Impact, we were actually struggling in the beginning of the show to like how would we discuss Genshin Impact in terms of like how would we define it. Justin was like, "Is it an MMO?" And I'm like, not really. Like, you'd think it would be, considering it has multiplayer aspects to it, but it really isn't. Because the world you're in is entirely based around one player. Like, every player has their own world, and no one interacts with each other unless they're invited over to another world. So, it is weird that way.
Single-player MMO RPG.
In a way, I don't know. It is weird that way. But because of that, all the enemies are basically weaker than the player, and while you can get them stronger than you, not only if you just underlevel your characters, but also if you increase your adventurer rank, the world level will go up, which will basically just jack up the strength of foes. But because of that, you're always usually at a point where you're stronger than foes. Like, yes, you can have moments where you're like where they're stronger than you, like if you take over, like if you take on high level content before you're ready, but usually when it comes to missions, you never have to find yourself waiting like, oh, I need to grind for this adventure. Just by the nature of playing the game, you're always usually stronger than the adventure, the quest characters anyway, when you need to fight them the first time. Now, if you try to refight them a second time, they'll actually have the level thing applied, so you might actually be underleveled, depending on how much you invest in your adventurer's rank compared to your actual character's levels, so, yeah. I feel like this sounds complicated, but it really isn't when you actually play it. It's weird that way. There's one other enemy running around somewhere.
No, you're good. You're good. I got it.
Also, have you been seeing this, like... Have you been seeing, what's it called? The Taken grenade launcher? I can't remember its name at the moment.
Oh, that
being
thing?
used a lot lately?
Kinda, not really. It's back
I
and
see it a
forth.
lot.
I see it tend to be used with people who are using solar, like that guy is. So I'd say it's probably people looking to go and get as much of a damage boost as they can.
Maybe. I also see it used in Crucible a lot. It used to be quite popular in Crucible when it first came out, but then everyone realized to avoid the damage that comes with the area, you can just like jump over it. You don't take damage. So then it just stopped being used because everyone was dodging it that way. But
well, yeah, because nobody really used it at a doorway for some reason. And the people who did,
but now it's starting to come back.
Got outranged.
But now it's starting to come back, and you're starting to see it like make appearances in not trials as well, but more along the lines of I can't remember anything right now. My memory is completely in ruins right now. In Iron Banner. Like, you're seeing it make a resurgence in the Crucible, and you're starting to see it a lot in PvE as well now. Which is, like I said, kind of funny, because it was popular, like I said, when it first came out, PvE, like, for a hot 10 seconds, as well as PvP. But then everyone's like, oh wait, to dodge the damage, you just jump over the pool. Yes. And everyone used it anymore. But for some reason, everyone's decided to use it again still. I don't know. Maybe it's like you said, where they've just kind of finally realized that, you know, if you use it for like territory denial and key choke points, it's actually quite good.
Well, I mean, anything that blocks the doorway from being used tends to be pretty good.
Though in fairness, it might also be because it's a grenade launcher, and recently there was that grenade launcher buff, so...
Yeah.
Now, granted, that was taken back, but who knows? It might still have somewhat applied, or maybe people just don't care anymore, and they've just kind of started really using it. They're like, I don't want to switch anymore. So who knows? That's one down.
I'll be getting the other here in a second.
Oh, is the other one still active?
Yep, the smaller one.
No, I mean, is it like out in the moment, or is it
No,
still
no,
behind the
it'll
door?
be out in a moment. Here we go.
Oh, there it is. Let's see if I can hit the grenade.
There you go.
Or you could do that.
Hey, and I just got an Elixir quarter gift and 35
That's the last.
captain's coin. Did you get 35?
Yeah,
Bastards.
yeah, 35.
Okay.
I figured as much. So if you want to get as most bang for your buck when it comes to captain's coins, figured as much. You're gonna have to play Catch, Crash, and Expedition. Makes sense technically when you look at the lore behind this, because technically you are kind of like just finding the excess treasure from around the system that the pirates haven't, that you haven't stolen from the pirates yet. So it makes sense that the actual stuff related to that is where you'll get the most.
Yeah.
Whereas the, strikes and everything was more just, here's have a little extra bonus. Oh, by the way, I think the reason you weren't getting any in the strikes yesterday is because that was intentional, not because it was a glitch. I think they turned on the strike ability to acquire coins only recently. I think it was a part of the reward tier. Yeah, I think it was part of the reward tier that I mentioned earlier.
Maybe.
I didn't click earlier, but I think, yeah, it was part of the reward tier, so.
Hmm.
Whereas if you, so here's the thing. I'm guessing all of them are going to have the uniform version of coins, so regardless if you do strikes, gambit, or not, you're going to get 36.
Yeah.
But if you're going to get the most bang for your buck, you're going to get 50 just flat doing Catch, Crash and whatnot. Which we can do now, actually, to demonstrate the fact if you want.
Yep. Actually,
Whichever
you
one
know
you
what?
choose, I don't really care.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna do Catch Crash because I can go and get a red border that way. Might as well get the red border.
I still find it funny. Yesterday, people were just approaching 40 million, I mean. Now they're surpassing 300. Oh my goodness. The amount of, effort people are putting into this is just insane. Would it be funny if the actual, seasonal event will end, or the seasonal epilogue will begin the minute the everyone gets past the final global treasure mark? Like Bungie's just kind of holding back until everyone done.
Which
Obviously, it'll happen on the weekly reset, but I imagine that this will be a 2-week event, sure, so everyone can finish their personal reward tier. But I imagine Bungie figured that everyone will finish the community global thing within the first few days.
yeah.
So maybe they're just gonna be like,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
next
I
week.
have a feeling they made it a lot easier than the last one because I remember the last one was really difficult and took so long that nobody really completed it.
I know I didn't do the end one, even though people did end up finishing it, officially speaking. Also, the Painted Kitsune mask is up this week, so I shall take that. Yes, I'm a weeb, deal with it. Hey, I just told you all, guys. I just told all of you guys I play Genshin Impact and I'm proud, so.
I'm proud of it.
I'm proud of it, so there you go. I'm a weeb, what can I say?
You can't stop me.
You can't stop me now. Look at me go.
See, it's moments like
Speaking of
this. It's moments like this when you're just kind of waiting, where you could go and follow that strategy I told you.
But I won't. No.
I won't. I don't need it. Well, of course you don't need it. We've got what, 1,000 something.
Yeah. But that's the funny thing. I'm a little angry at Genshin. Well, not Genshin, more myself really, because a while back when Horizon Forbidden West came out, or around that time, there was actually a thing to get a unique character. Actually, Aloy made a cameo in the game. You could actually get her unlocked as a character for a limited time. Well, she's still in the game if you have her, but you could unlock her for a limited time only. Unfortunately, that was a PlayStation thing first, obviously, and I didn't have the game PlayStation. I have it on mobile and PC. Apparently, they did later on do that campaign on PC, but by the time I heard about it, it was long over. So you're starting to see a trend here when it comes to me and Genshin Impact events. I learn about them after they're done,
Yes.
and it irritates me to no end. Which
They
is
just
funny,
do
actually,
that.
because I've heard that Aloy is actually a decent character to have, honestly.
Oh, there you go.
But whatever.
Come on, game, stop lagging. Stop
You
lagging.
too?
Yeah,
Not
it's,
just me.
it's like buffering like hell. Alright.
Oh, I think this is one legitimately got taken back. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, I think the game's chugging really hard right now.
Everyone is playing Catch Crash.
I think everyone's just busted the servers real quick. It's like, alright, we need to go and start playing the game all of a sudden again. Oh, and that guy just got bombarded.
I'm sorry. I just saw an Elixir run off the side of the ship into the space. Just ran off the edge and fell.
Literally just fuck this.
Number one, there's no
Six
gravity.
Guardians just showed up and took out all my friends. I don't care what the pirates have to say. I'm out.
Number one, there's no gravity in space. This Elixir apparently broke the laws of physics to basically commit seppuku, but whatever.
What can you do?
That just shows how terrified he was. He was willing to break the laws of physics to die.
Stay out of sight and target the servitors, Guardian.
That big Elixir wrecking ball is on its way.
So I want to take gamble to see if the epilogue will be next week or the week after that. Like, do you think they're gonna wait till this campaign is done to do the epilogue, or you think they're gonna like do it next week?
Depends on what the entire thing is going to be about. Like, if there's a lot more to it, then it's probably going to be pretty, like, it's probably going to be just as soon as the week starts type of thing.
Here's the thing, right? When you start off the whole campaign with this whole donation thing, it actually says that the whole point of this is that Spider will be the one running this and basically supervising the whole like restoration efforts and stuff like that, while Mithrax and his daughter focus on the relics of Nezarec and how to use them. Because we remember being told when these enemies right now are just kind of like running all over the place. Like this servitor almost ran into the wall to get away from me. But anyways, we were told that like they found a way to harness the relics of Nezarec, and we're told by Mithrax when we first start the campaign for donations that he's apparently close to a breakthrough. So maybe next week, maybe, who knows? Maybe while Spider and everyone is busy doing this, he'll be doing something. I mean, like I said, the cutscene that apparently comes with the epilogue has already been leaked on YouTube, so if you don't want to see it, stay away from YouTube for the next week or so.
Or just don't watch a whole bunch of Destiny content and get recommended it.
Even so, I don't watch Destiny content much at all anymore, if at all, and I still got recommended it. So that might not be a fail-proof solution.
I haven't gotten recommended any Destiny content in a while.
Really?
Yeah. I have been, however, recommended a lot of like really old videos that I've watched a long time ago, but you know.
Maybe because I'm subscribed to some of the lore masters of D2. They're like, here, you might want to see this. It's like,
yeah, and there's your first problem. You're subscribed to all of them.
There is the first problem. Not
like,
all of them, just two of them.
You're
the
still
only ones that
subscribed to
matter.
one too many.
The only lore masters. Nah, not all of them. Just the only lore masters that matter. Mylan and Bife.
There you go.
The original two.
Use their weapons against them. It's cheaper that way.
It's cheaper that way.
Our crewmates are eager
What?
alongside you, Rush.
Spider just went and said, use their weapons against them. It's cheaper that way.
Yes, that's such a Spider thing. There's actually some new dialogue that came out with the event too, actually. I think, for the end of the missions. Where they are actually bringing up the fact that Aramis failed, and she's probably running back to the witness for forgiveness.
I think you failed.
To quote Spider, I don't think it's the forgiving type.
I'm gonna have to give you a bad time now, little one. You failed your deal, now you get frozen again.
Honestly, I'm not sure what the witness would even do to failures. I mean, We've only seen one person kind of fail the witness, and that was Rolk, who just kind of got stuck in 7th world in a form of soft exile.
Yeah, but I'd be willing to bet he'd just be like, all right, well, you're obviously a waste. You're just
Useless
gonna
now.
make things worse for me, so I'm just gonna go and get rid of you by freezing you or killing you.
That's the thing. It's like we still don't even know what the witness wanted with the relics. Like, if it even wanted anything. All it was like, these things were stolen. You must retrieve them. Or these things were lost. Now you must retrieve them. It didn't even mention what the connection was between them, or why they even wanted them. And I say they because the witness uses itself as plural. Don't ask.
Let's get out of here.
Why the witness refers to itself in plural, I have no idea. Though I have some theories.
We'll take care of it.
Now just imagining the witness having like split personality and arguing with itself.
Also, I'll say this: I find it interesting how more and more people I see are like higher and higher rank. Like,
That usually happens near the end of the season. Like, people
I
with
know,
just-
but I'm honestly waiting for like the 600 because I saw a 500 the other day.
I mean, by like the beginning of the season, you'll see people like 1 or 2 of them already have like 100.
Yeah.
And it's like they're rare, but they do exist.
Yes.
So by the end of the season, usually you can tell who's actually been participating by like if they've got more than 100. And if they've got like 400, then they've been really participating. I want to make use of this pulse rifle I got the other day with you, but here's the thing. My other one that I got from the Vanguard, which was the... Oh, my computer buffer. is, it fires much faster, right? So...
Well,
I have to get used to a
use
slow
what you're
rate of
good
fire.
with.
I mean, I want to make use of it. It's a cool gun. It's got, like, useful perks to it, but... It's a slow rate of fire, and I have to get used to that. Oh, for a second I thought like a frickin' Titan just tried to yeet himself into the frickin' boss and just only managed to get like 6 inches.
I mean, and they do be doing that. He's doing the thing. Take him out.
The minute I super, it's dead. Well, I guess thanks.
Yes.
All my effort for nothing.
Save that super, bro.
Already used it. Too late.
Too late. Alright, let's see how much we get.
I do not understand.
Oh yeah, remember, you get extra stuff for the taunting as well.
She respected me and my position. She
So
spoke to
you
me
get
for
50
change.
coins.
She was truthful
So,
when
there you go.
others were not.
Yeah, you get 50.
Gestures, not actions. Aramis will never change.
No. She saved me from the loosened hive. Isn't that
But
enough?
anyway, so yeah, if you wanted the best bang for your buck, events or the actual seasonal stuff will be your best bet.
Mm-hmm. So, there you
And
go.
like I said, so yeah, that's basically the wrap up of the season. Covered a little bit of this, covered a little bit of Genshin Impact news. Like I said, apparently be fighting Sashomaru in a giant mech suit, which would be interesting. But considering in that game we have managed to single-handedly fight dragons, building-sized mech suit actually seems rather normal. But in this, yeah, you'll be doing the community event. Basically almost done as far as the global effort is concerned. But there is also, oh, before I forget, there is a small mission you will get with it called a rising tide. And it basically just keeps track of the global donation tally as well as keeps you informed of the improvements. So if you want to finish the quest, just go to the Elixir Quarter and just start looking over the improvements, and it'll give you some dialogue. That'll be interesting. And interestingly enough, there is only one more improvement beyond this, and we're already on housing. Wait a minute. Go to the tower real quick. I want to remember. Is housing second to last or?
It was the second last one equipped or done, I believe.
Okay, so
like
there is
the-
one more.
Like
beyond this.
I think it was
'Cause
Crucible, Gambit, and then Strikes. I think the Strike one was the house.
Okay, so yeah, no, all the improvements will be. It's basically just a quest to kind of run you through the improvements, see how they're there. It'll be interesting to see, like I said. And we will see if Bungie just kind of drops the seasonal activity next week or the week after that.
Yeah. So this quest right here, the Rising Tide, you can go and it's once when you get to I think this third step, you start going through all the different spots, and I guess you get the lore dialogue.
About the second or third spot. And so yeah, that'll be that.
There you go. All right. Well, hopefully you all enjoyed then. And
Christmas stuff will be coming up soon, I'm sure.
yes.
I know there's 12 for that already released. I haven't read it yet, but we'll see.
Yes, and we'll end it off here with a little bit of taking out the enemies, and
More.
we'll end going and boarding the enemy ship.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. So, other than that, hopefully you all enjoyed.
Yep. And
Have escaped
goodbye.
the cruise
Good night.
away.
Whatever you call it.
Yes.
Remove them